I've collected over 30,000 diamonds in my hardcore world, and they're all pretty small. So today I'm going to build the world's largest diamond. It's made out of 50,000 blocks, and inside will be a massive treasure vault to store all of my precious loot. These are all the different types of blocks that I need, and to start with, I need 10,000 light blue wool. I do have a sheep farm, but I don't have anywhere near enough. So it's time to gather up a load of materials so that I can build a sheep farm that gets me 5,000 wool per hour. And that is everything. And I think the hardest part is going to be getting all the sheep to go into it. So I'm going to build it at a spot where there's already a few sheep around. Such as right here. Because I can take these 2 sheep and already begin breeding them. And with that, they can now spend the rest of their days trapped in this little pen. And whilst I wait for them, I'm going to flatten off this area here. And then begin building the farm. It involves a redstone torch here with a bit of dust on top, then a normal torch next to it for light. And then a trench dug all the way around the outside. Each corner needs a torch as well. This is just going to help the grass to spread. And then I can put blocks on top and a dispenser in the middle. And watch what happens. This is going to keep going until it burns out. And that is how the timing system for the farm works. Because when grass spreads, it will activate the torch and do that on and off thing again. Each dispenser gets 9 of the shears. And then I add glass on top of the grass. And then trapdoors around the outside. And what these are going to do is make it so that every sheep's hitbox will be touching the dispenser in some way. And that means that when the dispenser activates, it will shear all of the sheep in this little area. And before I can go any further now, I just need more sheep. So I'll keep breeding them and also drag any others across that are in the nearby area. Okay, that's not a sheep. You need to get out of here. Welcome, sheep, to your new home, or should I say prison. Now a lot more breeding can happen, and I will end up with a lot more sheep. Let's get 6 of them on a lead. And then if I build upwards, it should, yep, pull them up over the fence. Don't die, sheep, please. Then across you come and into the hole. And before I can do the next step, I actually need to fly home. Because I need a load of light blue dye to set all of the sheep to that colour. Next, I'll place some glass on top, followed by more grass and pistons. They can quickly be extended by the push of a button. And that is the first section done. So now I just need to fill the 3 other spots, which should be quick and easy with the leads. It's kind of annoying because now the machine has started working, which I can't really have happen until the farm is complete. Because unless the sheep have wool, I can't dye them to be light blue. Anyway, no point worrying about that. Let's just get all the sheep in here in 3, 2, 1, and there we go. Now to add grass above all of the glass, followed by more glass and some water on the inside. It all flows very nicely to this spot where I can add a chest and a hopper on top. I'll put some glass around just in case, but that shouldn't be an issue. And the final thing I need to do is go back under here to put back that torch, and then the farm will get me lots and lots of wool. This singular module will get me 905 per hour, which is really great, but I need 10,000 light blue wool. So I'm going to get some extra wheat at my little nano crop farm, plus a bit of extra glass. And then I'll build a load more of the sheep shearing modules. And whilst I build those, if you play Minecraft Bedrock and would like to play as me, then you can play the SP737 skin pack with 14 different outfits. Just search SP737 on the marketplace, and it's this one right here. And it is done. The wool is coming through quite nicely, and to fill up all of the wool, I need a grand total of 6 shulker boxes. As you can see in here, I've already got quite a bit, so I'll transfer all of it across so that I'll then know exactly how much I have left to get. So far, I've got about half of what I need, and it's probably going to take me roughly half an hour to get the rest, so I'm going to dig into a hole, block myself in, and let the farm do its thing. And with that, I think I should have enough. Yep, I'm going to have more than enough from this. Every shulker box is now filled, and I've even got a load of light blue wool to spare. And with the first item now being out of the way, I can now move on to light blue concrete. I need 4 shulker boxes of it in total, and thanks to past projects, I've already got one of them, so there's just 3 to go. Which I can easily craft with all my sand and gravel, and then convert into concrete. And the next item on the list is lapis blocks. I do already have quite a few of them, but I need 2 shulker boxes worth in total, and to get all of those, I can use the void trader, because this guy right here will give me 1 lapis for every emerald that I have. At this point, I've traded every single emerald I brought, and this is what I've got. Which is not going to be enough, but seriously, with this guy, it is taking a while. And there is actually a way to build a farm to get lapis, so I think that might be a better option. Right here is a massive villager breeder, so I can get loads of villagers. And then they go into this space where I can then put them into one of these slots. Although a while ago I did have to murder all the villagers because they were making my infiniball lag down there, which you know I couldn't have. And I mainly used it last time to get me loads of maps, but I also used it to get lapis and redstone. So we have got a little bit of lapis here already, which is very good news, because at least it's nearly another 2 stacks of blocks. In order to set this up, I'm going to remove the water, add redstone blocks to open the trapdoors, and place these slabs in front. From there, I need an activator rail, which goes right here, followed by powered rails after. And in theory, that should do it. Yep, the villager goes in there and... well, he died. Let's grab some healing and give these guys a bit more health. As I was saying, I push this button, they come through, I break and replace the brewing stand, he becomes a cleric, I trade with him to lock him in, and I push him through, and it just rinses and repeats. Fantastic. I'll also flick these levers to turn all of the breeders back on. And if I fill up each of these slots with 50 villagers, I'll be getting about 850 lapis per hour, which is not too shabby. I can also keep track of the villagers because every time I put one in, an iron nugget goes in, so I've already done 11. It really is a great system that I've got right here. And that is the first 50 in once I send him into his slot. And next, I simply move the activator rail one more block along, put the powered rail there, and continue repeating the same process until all 7 of these slots are filled. At this point, I've now switched off the breeder, and that is every single villager in. There's more like 80 in this final slot, so there's close to 400 here. And to do the next bit, I'm going to need to head home to grab some pistons. And I'll also turn off the mob switch whilst I'm at it, so that pillagers can spawn, and the hero of the village farm will work. So first, I break all the rails, and then I need to push all of these redstone blocks away by pushing this button, and that then opens all the trapdoors, trapping the villagers. And then all of these stone slabs can be moved down, and they can be waterlogged. And that's it, the farm's complete. I just turn it on by flicking this lever, and pillagers will spawn at the bottom and be sent up this tube. Then at the top, I just keep hitting them, and if I get a pillager captain, then a raid will start, but it won't be able to spawn all of the attackers. Instead, they'll just instantly despawn on the terrain below. So that then gives me the hero of the village effect, and then all the villagers will throw redstone and lapis towards me as long as it's daytime. And all of those resources just get collected in the hoppers. So I'm going to stay here and let these guys give me everything that I need. A good few days have passed, and now that it's nighttime, they're not going to throw me anymore. So let's see what we're dealing with. I mean, it looks very promising at first glance. It might not end up being enough for every single block that I need, and that's every single one. I've almost in total got an entire shulker box worth, plus I've ended up with loads of redstone from it as well. And now that I'm back, if I pair all of this with the ones I have in this shulker box, I'm nearly there. I'm not far off at all. So I'm going to grab lots more emeralds from the raid farm and void trade for the rest of the lapis, because even though it is a bit more expensive, I do think that it is faster. That is all the lapis I now need, as you can clearly see. And next, I need 2 shulker boxes of obsidian, which I already have right here. Then there's black concrete, but I'm fresh out of gravel, so I'm making a trip to the nether to grab a load more. And more ancient debris while I'm at it as well. Then I can craft the concrete and convert it. And that is all the black, blue, cyan and grey concrete. Getting the snow is very, very quick and very, very easy. And with the snow sorted, the cold theme continues because I also need ice. And that's something I can get loads of right here. And if anybody asks where the ice caps are disappearing to, it's nothing to do with me. Next on the list is blue wool, followed by blue terracotta, then cyan wool, glazed terracotta, white wool, and then there's just these 10 remaining items, which can be obtained pretty easily. And since I'm also going to be building a secret treasure vault that is full to the brim of gold, I'm going to need to spend a bit of time here at the gold farm to get all 2,500 blocks that I need. And I'll be glad when Minecraft releases the auto crafter, so I don't have to do this manually. And at this point, I do now have enough gold blocks. In fact, I think I've got a few extra than I need. So let's not waste any time. Although I will take the time to quickly patch up this hole in the side of the mountain that happened last episode. And then I'm going to grab every single one of the materials for the giant diamond and fly to the spot where it's going to be built. And this diamond is so big that it's going to cover a massive area. So I'm going to have to remove quite a few trees. Which in a way is kind of handy because I think I will find all of the wood useful. And on top of a bit of deforestation, there is also a few bits of terrain that need removing as well. And just for perspective, this is the size of the total area that needs flattening. And I don't really need to fill in massive holes like this because there's going to be a diamond above it. It's just the terrain flattening that's the important bit. And I've already got nearly 5 stacks of wood, which is absolutely fantastic. So I'll put my best foot forward and get busy mining out. And that took way longer than I thought it would, but all of the terrain has now been cleared. And so now I will quickly mine up the beacon. and fly back home to drop off all these items. Because not only did I end up with all the wood that you see here, but I also got everything in this shulker box. Just look at all of that. Definitely improves log supplies. I should just make a proper farm for it, like a TNT one, but anyway, worry about that some other time. I now need to grab another stack of food and repair my pickaxes at the gold farm. And with that out of the way, it is finally time to build the world's largest diamond in Minecraft. And the bottom starts right here with light blue concrete. Now, I've got loads of the needed blocks in my hotbar in the inventory. The rest is in the shulker boxes, and it's going to create... Basically, it's going to be a massive outline of where I've mined out. So I'm going to build that outline. I'm also going to get rid of a couple of these trees that are a little bit in my way. The trunks themselves aren't, but it's just this patch of leaves that's annoying me. You'll very quickly be able to see what it's going to look like. It's not just light blue wool. It's not just one block. It's a palette that looks completely random, but trust me, it'll work. That is the first edge done. And so now to bring it up this way to make it look a bit more like the shape of a diamond, not just a long blue line. And now I'm at the point where I'm building the top, and it's kind of starting to take shape. And I've also noticed this double tall grass is annoying to us. All this grass has got to go, but I can kind of just, as I'm going, place the blocks in the way. I don't actually know if this is meant to be like blue wool. I haven't looked at it properly, so I removed it. Also, we've got floating grass. Now, normally I'm okay with floating grass and floating flowers, you know, they're kind of cool. But not where I'm trying to build a diamond. There's loads more of them in the world, so no point keeping them anywhere. Well, no point leaving them there. There is just a few more here. I can't see any others, so that should hopefully be all of them. Anyway, I'll get back to building the top. I always find it weird when you use something like prismarine in the build, because when you look closely at it, it looks weird, but when you zoom out, it looks really, really good. And that's just kind of what happens with these builds. All of it looks a bit weird, but when you zoom out, it'll look amazing. And I'm also now on the home straight. I'm just going to connect it back to the beginning, so it's like one long line along here. There we go. I've successfully made it back. It is looking pretty good, if you ask me. Or at the very least, it is the shape of a diamond, which is the main thing, and means that I'm on the right track. And again, it's so weird that I'm placing down all these different types of blocks, and yet, yeah, it looks nothing like it down here, but from far away it look amazing. So once I fly up and see it with my Elytra, you know, it'll be fantastic. And I suppose that's how pixels in actual images work as well. When you zoom in, it doesn't look that great. But when you zoom out, it still looks kind of weird. But I am going to stick to the process and trust it, because I know when it's all done and it's a completely finished product, it'll end up looking absolutely fantastic. And these guys are seriously driving me crazy. I'm just going to get rid of them. 3 of them. Otherwise, I'm going to end up falling into this ravine or something stupid, which I don't really want to happen. It's just, you know what? I'm actually pretty good at taking them out. I've had enough practice. Just a well-timed crit, and they will be dealt with. Oh no, you kidding me? Did more spawn? Oh, just one left. Okay, I just heard another one as I was throwing it away. Get out of here. I'm hoping that means no more spawn for the night. But I suppose time will tell with that one. And time did tell. Another one has spawned basically straight away. Are you kidding me? I should just go to sleep. But the next video is going to be 8,000 days in hardcore. And I want to have plenty of time to do everything that I want to in that video, which is why I'm not sleeping. And since I'm planning to end the series at 10,000 days, by not sleeping, it will take me longer to reach that milestone. And at this point, I think I've made enough progress so that I can at least begin to see the diamond take shape. There's still a long way to go, but I'm glad to see that progress is good. Excuse me, Wolf. You may not be able to tell, but I'm trying. Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to build something. What a cooperative. Is it time? Is it time that SB gets another dog? I don't think I've got another pet dog for thousands and thousands of days. The one that actually is classed a pet, not the one that's in the mob collection. I haven't got an actual pet dog. Yeah, it must be like 5,000 or 6,000 days since I got one. And I actually don't have any bones on me. I'm trying to think of the quickest way to get some. Probably just to go home and grab them, I think. Because I can go through this nether portal. And then this one. Grab the bones from my chest room. And tame him. Come on, come on. There we go. We got him. And because we're building a massive diamond, that shall be his name. Yes. Diamond. And I can grab one of these cornflowers in order to make blue dye. From there, I'll make it into light blue. And that shall be the color of his collar. You can just sit right there, Diamond. And at this point, I need to stop getting distracted. This entire thing is gonna look amazing. And so I am going to get busy building. And this diamond is fully complete. And as we fly out from it, bit by bit, it looks better and better. And just look at it from up here. It is a massive diamond. It looks absolutely awesome. And it's right here underneath that I'm going to build the secret treasure vault. And in order to do that, I will need to dig a bit of a staircase. It's where the ravine is for part of it, which is great, because it means I'll have to do less digging. You see, there's a plan behind all this. It's actually just completely a coincidence. But I'm going to pretend that it was all intentional. Right here is the bottom level that needs digging out, and it's a fairly decent sized area. I should also get rid of lava by patching it up, and it will take me forever to dig all of this out if I'm just using this pickaxe. So let's do it properly and build a beacon, and that way the mining side of things will be a lot quicker. And as I'm digging out the full space, I am running into the issue that there's a lot of water under here that does need to be gotten rid of, and there's only really one way to do it, and that is by heading back home and grabbing a load of sponge. And whilst I'm here, I should also repair all of my tools as well. And with that, the big digging project can now begin. I've marked out this entire area which needs to be drained. I've built like a wall around it. Don't know why I had to build the diamond on top of so much water. It sounded like a good idea at the time, but now it's a bit annoying when it comes to digging the vault. Although with sponge, you can get rid of everything pretty quickly, which is very, very handy. That is all of the water in this area gone. And this is the size of the entire room. And I'm just going to grab a few sculk sensors so that I can use them to repair my shovel. And my pickaxe as well whilst I'm at it. Next, I just need to get busy digging, because this hole needs to be another 13 blocks deeper. And it is done. It actually turned out to be a way bigger project than I thought it was going to be. But at least I don't have to worry about it anymore. Let's chuck these in here. And now I'm going to head back to my base. Can I grab these as well? But yeah, I'm going to fly over here and head back towards my base. And on the way back, I might as well repair the pickaxe. You know, I've just walked into this room. It's flipping netherite just chilling in a joker box here that I had no idea I had. You know you're rich when you can just do that with netherite and not even notice it. You know what that means? We can go and take these 9 ingots, turn them into a block, and add it into the beacon. Which, at first glance, you think, oh, the beacon's fully... Yeah, the beacon's fine. Until you look in there and it's... Oh, maybe it's not. Anyway, I need to get busy collecting all the materials for this treasure vault. Gold is one of the main things, which I already have. But it also requires other things, such as 2 shulker boxes of magma, which I've got nowhere near enough. Thankfully, that is something that's kind of easy to get hold of. Especially since I have a magma farm. Although, I don't think this is going to get me very, very far, is it? Maybe the bartering farm will be better. Okay, apparently they don't give you magma cream. I don't know why I thought that. I think they used to, but they don't anymore. So the next best thing I can do is head to one of these big magma patches and get busy mining it up. And with all those out the way, I next need a load of polished deep slate, which is very easy to craft. Next, it's deep slate brick stairs, deep slate tiles, and deep slate tile slabs. And another big part of the build is going to be sculk. Now, I don't quite have enough because I need an entire shulker box worth. But don't you worry, I'm SB737. I've got a farm for everything, and that includes a sculk farm. I simply flick this lever to turn it on, and then continuously break all the sculk. I reckon that ought to be enough. We can go under here, and as you can see, we can grab the sculk blocks from down below. Although how I get them into the shulker box might be a little tricky. If I do something like, yeah, look at that, that's working. And it means I can now move on to the next task. Thankfully, I got a bit more gold than I actually need in these shulker boxes, which is good because I need loads and loads of gold pressure plates. Red nether brick is another item, and at this point there is loads more blocks that are required, but I'm not going to go through getting every single one because they're all just kind of ones that I have in my chest room. Instead, I'll just gather them all up, and then I'll be able to get busy building the treasure vault. And I've now almost got every single item, apart from a few that weren't so straightforward to get. For example, I need 23 diamond blocks, and as you can see, I've just got 4. I'm sorry guys, but you know what this means. I won't mine this floor. Don't worry, it's safe. I think I can leave it. But the diamond beacon that's already very, very broken is going to have to be broken even more. So much so that the beam has now gone. Another item I need is 112 raw gold blocks, which I don't know if I'm going to have enough for. I'll start by mining up the ones that I currently have. And I'm hoping that the fortune makes it so that I have absolutely plenty. That's 22 down, about 90 to go. And so I reckon it's time for a bit of caving. And not just any old cave. No, we're not going to do it in a normal biome. That'll take forever. No, instead I will search underground in a mesa. Because these biomes have gold absolutely everywhere. And that should mean that I get everything that I need pretty quickly. Well, would you look at that? I came for the gold, but stayed for the diamonds. And I believe that once I've mined this up, I should have enough. Let's have a look. We need 112 altogether. And so far I've got 103, so I'm almost there. I just need a few more blocks. And thankfully this cave is covered in them. That's more like it. And there's a portal here that I can go through to get back faster. I did also need some raw iron blocks, but I only need 6 of those. So that wasn't really an issue. Now, for the final item, I need a selection of amethyst clusters. And those are something I have an abundance of at my amethyst farm. So I'm very carefully going to go through and break these. Now, what I've just got here are amethyst clusters. Now I just need the little ones, which are these here. This is all the large ones and all the clusters that I need. But on top of that, I need 19 medium and 14 small. That ought to do it. And now I don't want to use up any more time. Instead, it's time to get busy building. And so to begin with, the vast majority of this floor is going to be made out of magma. Although over time, this might start to get a little bit annoying when I just want to walk around and I'm constantly getting burnt. So I'm going to fly up to this farm above the nether, because inside this chest, we have quite a few fire resistance. And now I can build without having to worry about my feet getting burnt at all. And in between all the magma, we're going to have these red nether brick pathways. Which is good, because then the average player won't be constantly burning his feet. I have to say, all these colours together look quite good, don't they? And this is the part where I start to add all the precious loot to make it look really, really good. We've got gold, we've got emerald, and a lot of this magma is going to get covered because it's just going to be all over the roof. This is what one of the general outlines will look like, and it'll just kind of be layered up like so. But before I do that, I'm going to build the frames of all the other ones around, just so I get a proper feel for everything. And at the same time, I can also build up these outer walls as well. As you can see, when it's next to the place gold, it actually starts to come together. And now it is definitely starting to look like more of a treasure vault. And I will continue to build all of this gold upwards, so the piles get bigger and bigger. And now all of it is down. Oh, just look at it. It's like the Cave of Wonders. And pretty much all that's left to do is build up these pillars. And eventually I'll add on a roof. But I'd also like right here to be like a cool emerald block throne. So I'll slowly build that upwards until when it's finished, it looks like that. Yeah, it's a pretty cool looking throne in a treasure room. And the other thing that needs doing is these walls need building upwards all the way around before the roof part can be added. And that is these walls just about done. It's really, really starting to look like a proper room now. And for an extra cool effect, I also added nether portals around the edge. 2 on that side and 2 on this side as well. Next, I'm gonna add some beams so that I can sort of start to connect everything up. Kind of like that. And with that all done, I can put the roof on top. And that is the entire roof done. And this is what my finished treasure vault looks like. I think it looks amazing. Look at all the gold. It's like a buried treasure, a secret room just full of gold. Absolutely amazing. And I will just build this up a little bit more so that it kind of merges with the terrain at the top. I'm also going to unsit Diamond because he is going to be the guard dog of this vault. You don't let anybody in except for me. I hope the instructions are clear. And one final time, we can look at this massive diamond. There it is. I built Minecraft's largest ever diamond. And if you want to see how I managed to farm all of these god apples, then click the video that's currently on the screen. Or if you want to see a video of how I managed to farm thousands of bedrock and get all of these, then click the other video that is on your screen right now.